Everybody, it's Mr. Bull 897, and it has been a long time since I've seen you. I've done some recording on another game recently as well, but I'm hoping to get this game out first because to me, this game is slow enough at times where I'll be able to talk kind of about the channel and let you guys know why I've been gone for so long and why I'm back. And so we're just going to get into it. This is Farmer's Dynasty. It's basically farming simulator meets The Sims is kind of what I would say, or like the current like survival crafting games. It's got a little bit of that in it. It's pretty awesome. It's got its own story, and I've actually played a lot more of it than I should have, and I got pretty far into it, and then I realized this would be a really fun game to share with you guys, especially because later on, once you start managing your own farm and doing your own things, it gets kind of a little boring in the sense that it'd be kind of nice to have a little bit of input. So I can get you guys to let me know maybe what I should grow, what I should start selling more of, like where my focus should be, and that would kind of guide the gameplay more and make it more entertaining. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the new game, start off the story, and when we get to some of the slow parts, I'll start talking about the channel updates, so stay tuned for that. The loading times take a little bit in this game, unfortunately, but anyway, here we are in Farmer's Dynasty. I had to like double check because I realized last time I was playing this that if I have my Xbox controller plugged into my PC, which I normally just leave it plugged in for certain games, then it wasn't letting me run, which is weird. Now I can run though, so that's great. Anyway, this is our little homestead that we're going to be working on. Let's go over here and we're going to talk to
I'm
Oliver.
your neighbor. My name's Oliver. I've been looking after this farm since your grandfather passed away.
Nice to meet you, Oliver.
Thanks,
I
Oliver.
appreciate your help. So this is my heritage?
No,
yes,
bub.
This nice farm and piece of land are all yours now. Welcome to our little county.
Thanks. I don't know
It's
much
so
about
peaceful.
farming, but I'm a quick learner.
I'm sure you'll fit in just fine. We're all good folk living here, and we help each other out.
We got bad voice
Please
acting, but
follow
we're good
me.
folk.
I'll show you around.
Okay. I'll follow you,
Come
Oliver.
on.
I'm coming. Hello?
Not now.
There we go.
Sorry.
What, you won't talk to me after you told me to follow you?
Have you finished your task?
You are my task. Okay. Let's,
As you can see, the farm is quite in a poor shape. Few
Yeah.
repairs have been done here.
This place is pretty beat up.
Here's your house. The roof needs work, but you can have some sleep here, perhaps. Or even you will have to bring this farm to a good shape yourself. Soon you'll see how to do it.
This guy really needs to learn how to enunciate
Follow me.
and not fall over his own words. That roof is kind of in bad shape, I'd say. Just a little bit, but anyway.
Here's the garage for your vehicles. It's
Yes,
empty
I see
now,
that.
but I'm sure you'll need it pretty soon. Your grandpa didn't finish the upper floor, but if you can afford building materials, then you can fix the construction yourself.
Awesome. And now he's still just leading me in circles extremely slowly. It's quite entertaining. What's this? Did you say, Oliver?
This is your barn.
Oh, it's my
Empty for
barn.
now,
Okay.
but you can use it to store hay for your animals. Just fix these holes first, or everything will get wet and rot.
Is that what happens when it rains,
Your
Oliver? Just
grandfather's
make everything
old
wet?
animals have all been sold. You will have to buy your own.
This guy's voice is like very Sam Elliott sounding. It's kind of awesome.
The cowshed is old and needs some work, but it's still solid. You can do the fixes and upgrades yourself. Try fixing those holes first. I see you've come prepared and have your own tools. Good. Try to fix these doors since it's stuck and won't open.
Okay, let me get my repair tool out. I know how to do all this. Like I said, I've played it quite a bit. So this is kind of entertaining. This has got to be one of the coolest parts of the game and part of why I wanted to buy it. to begin with was if you hold down the right mouse button, it shows you what needs fixed, and then you kind of just walk up and you fix it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like that house flipper game I've been seeing all over the place.
Come on.
Come on. Where are we going? Where are we going, Oliver? I will admit this game's pretty slow at the start because you start with absolutely no
Build
equipment.
a scaffold to climb up there and check the roof.
Okay. Yeah, we start with absolutely no equipment, and basically we have to run around doing missions for people until we have the equipment to actually start farming. And there's quite a few missions to get everything.
Come back
It takes
down when you're
a lot of time.
We need to go.
So
Follow me.
my goal is to get all our equipment together before we even think about starting the farming. I want to get rid of this. There we go. He's running. He's moving fast. Oh yeah, we do start with our cultivator though, so that's kind of nice. But that's
You can
it.
store harvested grains in the silo, so you can use these later, or sell them if you want. Before you use the silo, remember to fix it first.
There we go. That was a big gaping hole. We'll get it fixed up.
Take a look at the greenhouse. You can grow some veggies here fast to earn some quick money. Still, you'll have to fix these holes so your plants can grow to a best effect.
This one doesn't really have any holes. I just want to point that out, Oliver. That's rust, but I don't
I
see
see
any
your
actual
grandfather
holes.
bought some materials to fix it already. You can use it to rebuild the greenhouse as good as you can.
Awesome. Let me get some metal. Come on over here. Brand new. That's pretty. Okay. And now we have our new mission to
You were pretty good
rebuild
at
the
this.
farm.
I'm sure you'll do well on this farm. Actually, I might have a job for you myself.
What is it?
Why don't you come to my place and do some fixes to my barn? It's mostly roof that needs work, but some walls need attention too. I don't have much money, but I'll give you my old tractor as a reward. I'm sure you can use it.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. I'll take care of this.
All right. I'm going back home now.
All right.
Good luck.
So we can come
and
over
see you
here
around.
and we can go help Oliver. We marked it on the map just to make things easier. So as you'll see, he has the smiley face above his head. This has got to be one of the coolest parts of the game, is between the building and the people. You have to, as you build stuff and fix things, it actually makes people happier. And you have to kind of balance your relationships in that way, which to me is just kind of really cool. It adds a whole new dynamic to a game that a lot of people have played with the farming simulator attitude. So let's just outrun him straight back to his farm, and we'll go ahead and fix up his barn for him. That way we can get our tractor and start driving around. One thing that is pretty bad with this game, I'll be honest, is the fact that we have to drive to all the missions. There's no fast travel. There's no way to quickly bring your equipment back to you. You can fast travel between your tractor and your harvester, like the drivable vehicles, basically. But other than that, you have to drive everywhere, which is cool and everything, except for one of the missions, you have to plow someone's field, and I drove out there without my plow, not realizing that's what he was going to ask me to do. And then I had to drive back. And then I had to drive out there again. And that got kind of obnoxious. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's bring out our repair tool. We're going to hop up, and I jumped off. We're going to hop up on the roof over here. There we go. And we gotta repair his roof for him. Well, his barn in general. I think it's pretty much just the roof that has issues. And he'll give us our tractor, which is, step one to being a farmer. But the painful part of driving the tractor around is that it's so freaking slow. It takes absolutely forever to get from point A to point B. But this is the kind of stuff we'll be doing where I'll be able to talk more about what's been going on, where I've been, why I've been gone. So let's go ahead and finish up this roof, though. So basically, I left about a year ago now. I think it's been since my last video, and so it's not quite been a year, but it's been close. But at the time, for those of you who have watched me back then, I was balancing school, work, and YouTube, and I was uploading pretty much every day. It was a lot of recording was going on, a lot of editing, and trying to keep things new, but at the same time, I was going to school, and I was working full-time, and I just didn't really have the time to keep up with it, especially when I transferred jobs. And so I took a huge step back, and I've missed it pretty much ever since, but I did finish school, which is something that I'm very proud of. I left initially to start working on a new project, but the new project has been taking a lot more time than I expected. I'll be honest. Originally, I had started it like last March or so is when I had started on that new project, which I'll probably reveal information about that in the future. But I started quite a while back, and I was expecting it to only take me, a couple months, and it's now been almost a year, and I really, I've started on it, but I don't have any progress made. It just proved more difficult than I expected. It's still going to happen, and we will be talking about that when it happens. But that's really why I took a step back. But I've missed being out here so much that I realized I just need to, whether or not I'm going to be working on a new project in the future, I need to be doing something that I enjoy while
Looking good and
starting.
solid. Thank you.
Everything about me is good and solid there, Oliver. Yeah. I got me a
It
Jack
should do
Bear.
well until you can afford a real new tractor. But you can totally start field work now.
Yep, my funds are kind of short, but I think I'll need more farming machines.
You should talk to people. I'm sure a lot of them will have some work for you too. You'll need a plow, a seeder perhaps, and I've seen a cultivator already on your farm. Good luck with farming.
I will
Well,
look.
thank you, Oliver. I didn't mean to skip that, but I've got my new Jack Bear, my Jack Bear tractor. Makes me feel like more of a hick saying Jack Bear than saying John Deere. Awesome. So as you'll see, for doing that, I got social points and a little bit of money. I'm gonna move in here. I gotta turn down the sound. As much as I like it, that tractor's like overriding my thought processes. Alright, so before we head home, let's see. Where are we at? You notice a lady by her farm. Perhaps it'd be nice to say hello. So let's head on up here to Clara. She's kind of the start, I should say, for what we need to do. So we have that. We also have the mission to go talk to the guy out here at the store that's like right next door to where we live, so that won't be bad. And then we have to go to church. That's part of it too. But those aren't terribly eventful. We're gonna go talk to Clara first, and she's gonna be like right up in here because she gives us a plow, I believe, for some long labor-intensive work. That's really what the start of this game is, and I'm going to do all of it on camera. I mean, I'm going to edit things together, cut things out, because with her, for instance, I believe she has me plow her field. I can't quite remember. Plow and cultivate it, which makes it even worse. And so it takes forever to do that. So I'm going to do the mission on camera, but I'm going to edit out some of the boring parts. Alright. Clara!
So good to see you, sweetheart. Would you help me?
What can I do for you, ma'am?
My brother is working abroad. He should have been back home a week ago, but he's still busy working. I need one of my fields plowed and cultivated. Will you do it for me, please? Use that old
Sure
plow
thing,
over
brother.
there by the barn. You can keep it when you're done. My brother plans on buying a new one anyway.
Awesome.
No promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Ah, I'm inside of a chicken fence. Okay. So let's go grab the plow. We're going to get over there and we're going to, plow this lady's fields, because that's what she really wants from us. So, let's back up into this and get our plow on. I will warn you guys, I don't really know much about farming. I am kind of from a small town, so I probably know more than your average person. But I'm nothing special, I should say. I will warn you guys, if you end up playing this... There's my other game. If you end up playing this at all, I do recommend saving a lot. I've only had one, but it was one really bad crash. So, anyway, let's get to plowing this lady's fields for her. And we'll get back to our conversation. What I was saying is that with that future project I was planning on working on, I don't want to give it up, because it was something that I really enjoy, and I don't plan on giving it up at all. But my OCD makes me have to start certain ways on this. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Oh. Okay, straight lines. Mostly. Anyway. So that's basically what's been going on. I've been working a lot. Now I'm at another new job. I've changed jobs quite a bit this year, unfortunately. But the job I'm at now is really going to help me to stay focused on what I really enjoy. And that's this, honestly. I enjoy doing things like this, and I wasn't able to find the time to dedicate to it. I'm just gonna, plow right over that as best I can. Okay. So now I feel that I have more of the time, I should say, to dedicate to this, and doing what I enjoy doing, which is farming this field right here. So, keep turning off my cruise control. I find turning on the cruise control makes plowing this field a lot easier. Because then all I have to worry about is left and right. I'm terrible at this stuff, I should say. I've been trying, and like I said, I've put some time into this, and I'm not that good. But alright, so I'm not going to make you guys stick through the entirety of this. So we're going to get it plowed. I might do a sped up version, time-lapse style. I enjoy doing those. So we'll catch you when it's done. Alright, and we now have the field plowed. Now we just gotta cultivate it. To do that, we gotta run back to our farm and pick up our cultivator, which we have. And now we have our plow, which is awesome. So we're gonna run it all the way back to our farm, drop it off, and we're gonna come back. Now here's a pretty cool feature of the game. You saw that little notification that popped up saying I'm getting a little hungry. Well, I gotta go in here, and down here at the bottom you can see our condition, and it has food and sleep. And we gotta do both, unfortunately. We can't just survive off of nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat a tomato. That's gonna be our lunch for the day. I mean, that's barely any nutrition, but it's gonna keep it up. Right now we don't really have much food, unfortunately. Well, actually we do, but I don't want to pick it up yet. It's in our house. We have a little pantry, like in our basement of our house. I don't know why you'd keep it in the basement. I think that's like where rats would be, and Sloth from the Goonies, and I don't know if you want to keep all your food that you'd be eating down there. So here's our fields. We do own these two, which is pretty awesome. One has canola and one has wheat. And we do have room to store 2 different types of seeds, but it's not, one of them's pretty hard to access, and when we get there, I'll let you know why. Let's lower the machine, unhitch it. I like that place for my plow, because it seems like it would be the best. And hopefully I don't run over too much of my wheat doing this. And I ran over a little bit, I think. It's a tight area in here. Whoops. And there we go. Now we got our cultivator. And we're going to run back and cultivate that field. And then we'll have our plow and our tractor, our startup stuff going. I think we're going to be doing pretty well for ourselves at that point. I'm not going to worry too much about fixing up the farm, because as much as I like to, and I like how it looks when it's done, there's no point in really doing it until we can afford to put stuff in it and afford to use this stuff. And to do that, we really need to have all of our equipment ready to go. Alright, so I will meet you as soon as this field is cultivated. And time-lapse commence. Clara seems to like us, is what that said. She did give us the plow. Now we have our cultivator. Her field's good to go. We plowed her field real nice and slow for her. And we're going to be moving on back home. And we're going to figure out what equipment we're going to get next time. For sure. We have more missions opened up now. One's all the way up here with Becky. And she can give us an old hay wagon, which I guess is cool. I don't really know why we get the hay wagon one before we get the normal stuff, like the normal wagon, because we don't necessarily need a hay wagon right away. But we're gonna go get that, and we're gonna keep grinding out these missions. And once we get all our equipment together, is when we'll start, more or less. I may, once we get the grain wagon and the harvester, I may go ahead and harvest one of these fields, probably the wheat field, because I can grab the hay bales and sell them. But we'll start doing all that like kind of early on, maybe, just so we have a source of income. Because as of right now, we're not going to have any money, and we have like 520 euros. I'm pretty sure it's euros. We have like 520, and that's not going to last us that long, especially since we're down to 83% fuel just for what we've done. So yeah, we're going to have to worry about that. We're just going to put our cultivator down here. I'm not too picky just yet. We'll organize once we have everything and have the farm rebuilt. So that's some of our goals. This farm is trashed, and we're going to have to fix it up all nice and pretty like next time on Farmer's Dynasty. I'm Mr. Bull897. I'm going to be signing out.